I left Nigeria August 22nd, 2023.
How did you process all of these things?
There's someone that said he's doing processing for sponsorship package for Cairo, Egypt. They told me when I got there, I will pay for 1 year, 7 months to pay back without going and check everything to know how this money is up to 1 year, 7 months. Is it easy? How they work? They told us we'll be working as a cleaner, but when I got there, we start doing the cleaning job and babysitting.
Between May and August 2023, some job seekers in southern Nigeria were lured into modern slavery in Cairo, the capital of Egypt, by traffickers in Lagos State. Before leaving Nigeria, the victims faced economic hardship. They thought working as a domestic servant in Egypt would earn them enough money to return to Nigeria and start a business. They were wrong. The jobs are not only difficult, but their monthly wages are usually too small to feed them, let alone send anything back home for their loved ones. They later discovered that their traffickers smuggled them into Cairo with a tourist visa, which made it difficult for them to move freely as they became illegal immigrants. They continued to work in terrible conditions as the trafficking agents received the bulk of their salary, and their passports are confiscated. One of the survivors, Adijat Idowu, a graduate of Lagos State Polytechnic, was trying to get away from a bad situation in Nigeria, but ended up in this one.
So there is something we're passing through, I and my family. Things are difficult to the extent that my husband was borrowing money up and down, even me. Because wherever I want to give birth to my children, I gave birth to them through CS. So the money they charge us by them, we borrow from banks. So things are very difficult. A lot of things, before we can feed our children, we need to talk to people, help us.
So what was your husband's job at the time?
He's working at the Expression Company.
Okay, and what were you doing before you left Nigeria?
I am working at betting shop.
Okay.
And the money they are paying me is not enough at the end of the month before I collect the salary. There are many debts on my neck.
How did you go to Cairo?
When the processing started, when it starts, the woman said I should get my passport ready. So I applied for passports. The passport is ready. In 2 weeks or 3 weeks time, yes, she told me the visa is ready, that I will be moving to Cairo, Egypt on August 22nd. So when I from my own place at Abule that side, she told me I'll go and meet a lady at Ilasa Maja, that as well I will stay, that the lady will direct me to the Abuja Park. The second day, the lady took me to Abuja Park. She put me in the bus that I will land at Abuja, that there's someone else. There was a man, I didn't know his name, that is the one that will come and pick me up to hotel that I'm going to lodge.
So what convinced you before leaving the country? Were you told that it's going to be 6-month visa? Were you told it's going to be tourist visa? Were you told it will be 2 years visa?
No. They didn't tell us it's going to be any year visa. The only thing they told us is that we are going to pay for 1 year, 7 months.
Okay.
So when we get there, and when I get to the airport, I met my sponsor.
Which of the airports now?
Cairo, Egypt.
Okay.
Airport. I met my sponsor. Immediately I got to the airport. The first thing she did, she collected my passport. After collecting my passport, she kept it that this is the first thing I have to take first. I was surprised at why, but I can't say anything by then.
What was the nature of the job?
The nature of the job is cleaning and babysitting.
Okay.
I take care of children and I do the cleaning. And the home cleaning is not a small job. because the madam would tell me to climb, to take ladder, to climb up, to be cleaning. Even I will work from morning till night. By the time I'm ready to relax, even their children will not allow me to relax. That's the way their job is there. I was still managing because I was trying to do all this for my children. But later, I did 4 months at work without any rest, without any vacation. Along the line, I was sick.
How much was your monthly salary?
£7,000 in Egyptian pounds.
Okay.
The 7,000 Egyptian, if you want to convert it to Nigeria money, there is some, depends on the way dollars is rising. So some 150,000 monthly, sometimes 70,000, let's say from 150,000 close to 200,000. But at the end of the month, she told us that because we are going to pay her 1 year, 7 months, that monthly allowance, that's the only thing she can be giving us. And that's 300,000, 300 pounds. The 300 pounds in Nigeria money, maybe let's say 6,500.
So how were you coping with 6,500 naira monthly,
Even
considering the
me,
fact that
I have many debts. That when I got there, she took me, I go to hospital, all the money I spent, she wrote it down. So all the 300 pounds, I'm using it to pay off my debt. I did not even collect the 300 pounds. I'm using it to pay all my debt that is written down for me.
Unfortunately, when we start hearing from her, how far I know there, how is everything there, she now telling us that even though they are maltreating her, even though they will carry ladder that you should climb up to go and be mopping, all the say which kind of work is this? But they did not let you know all these things before you left Nigeria. How are they doing like this? By that time we now started say which kind of work? But we know that you have undergo like two CS before. If I'm working at my working place, I will not be ticking here and there. Unfortunately, along the line, because when my woman is not with me again, my mother used to come my side to come and be looking because of our children. Along the road, my mommy got an accident at Abulegba, and that November last year at Express Road, the second leg of my mother caught immediately.
According to the armed forces, 12,192 citizens from several countries, including
While Adijat's husband had to borrow money to take care of his injured mother, Adijat was facing the risk of arrest in Cairo. The Egyptian authorities had stepped up efforts to round up illegal migrants. Although the trafficker who brought Adijat in was aware of the frequent arrests, she handled the matter with levity, insisting that none of her victims would be allowed to leave for Nigeria unless they paid what was expected for the 19-month period. Even when some of the trafficked victims were arrested, the trafficker never showed up because she was also an illegal migrant.
At Cairo, Egypt, we're not safe. Nigerians are not safe there. So every time police is arresting Nigeria, locking them. Even there's a lady among us that we're paying back to our sponsor. She was arrested too. She only spent 3 months in Cairo, Egypt. They arrest this lady also.
for what?
Just because they told us we came to Cairo, Egypt as illegal. That's what they told us. And this sponsor that took us there did not tell us anything about it. All what they told us is that when we get there, we're working for 1 year, 7 months to pay our back.
When you realized you're on tourist visa, how did you feel?
What happened is this. When I realized it, I was thinking, crying all the time that what did I came here to do? And these people lie for us, they did not even tell us anything about it. Even police are anytime I'm at work, I will be thinking they should not arrest. When we are going out to get something, we'll cover our head, cover our eyes so that police will not arrest us. There is no rest of mind. Even there's some Nigerians in Cairo, Egypt, crying for help. Now, wherever my family or my husband called me, I respond to them by crying without saying anything because of the pains I'm facing, that I'm passing through there. But the sponsor didn't know any much about it. Wherever we are at work, her own is to come and collect her money. She don't know, maybe we are sick there, but she will come. But it's not everything we told her. But when you told her, what she wants is just their money to be complete. But I cried every day that how can I see all my mileage just to come back to Nigeria? Who is going to help me? My challenge is there. They are doing me anyhow. Even they will give me spoiled food, those Arab people. The food that already spoiled, they will give me to eat. I don't have choice, I have to eat it. But there is nothing, there is no family that will feed me there. When I'm sick, if you told them I'm sick, madam, I'm tired, they will give me medicine. Along the line, if I check it, expired medicine. When you want to sleep, when you are tired, they will tell you they're still on other work. A lot of challenges because I was now thinking, crying, and I said, I can't cope with this anymore. If I don't want to die in this country, I have to look for someone to help me out.
So why do you think the Arab treats you that way?
Through what I think about these people, I can see that it's because these people know that we came to their country as illegal immigrants. That's why they are treating us. Because whenever you did anything to them, they will tell you, they will take you to police station, now they will deport you.
According to the International Labour Organization, human trafficking is one of the biggest ill trades in the world, as traffickers make an estimated $150 billion in profits yearly as of 2014. A recent estimate by Hope for Justice, an anti-trafficking charity, says it could be as high as $245 billion. In Egypt, traffickers target women from Ethiopia, Nigeria, Sudan, Indonesia, and other countries for forced labor. The former Director General of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, Julie Okadonli, in 2019 said most ladies trafficked to Cairo were forced to work 20 hours a day for months without adequate pay. Victims are usually unable to get a work visa even after paying off their sponsors. Despite the bitter experiences of victims, traffickers continue to lure unsuspecting people.
When I now realized that whenever all the time that I used to talk to her, she would always cry. I say, what is going on? I said, what are we going to do? And now I started thinking, what do you think we can do so that you'll be able to come back home to see you and to see your children? Unfortunately, that time she now told me that she had already got someone that a press that they will assist us in one way or that. Say that is lovely, that is nice. On that very day,
I worked for her for 6 months. The last 7 months I did, that's supposed to be 7 months. That was when, and the journalists work on our case till our case was directed to Nigeria embassy in Cairo. That was the time they called that we should show our face at the Nigeria embassy in Cairo. So when I got there, they asked me many questions and I answered them. Immediately, consular saw me at the Nigeria embassy. He told me that they need to help me on time and go back to my country for proper treatment, because he can see that I'm very sick by then. So when immediately he told me that we're going to pay for the flight tickets, we spent almost 500,000.
How do you feel when your wife returned?
When my woman returned back to Nigeria, unfortunately, I was very happy that I can see her back with peace, not in pieces. But let's go that she's first sick, but I know that God is going to do all those ones. Immediately as she come back also, we hug ourselves. I took her to the hospital for the proper treatment. But the way I saw her, I'm not feeling fine at all. I took her to the hospital for the proper treatment. They do all the tests. Then now at the long run, they now told us that my woman did not have this thing, but the stress is passing through that time is too much. Typhoid, having serious typhoid.
So please, I'm begging Nigerians to help me and my family, because the debt is on ground, and people that borrow us the money from the flight ticket and overstay, they want to collect their money back, and I don't have anything. I just came back. I'm still on treatment as I am. So I'm begging Nigerians to please help me because I really need help. Where we are living, we have already packed out of there. We don't have permanent place. We are staying with my kids now. Please, I need your help. Please. And I pray that as you are helping me, may God Almighty reward you abundantly and bless you more.